Hello everybody, welcome to JLABTV. I'm JLAB and this is Football Manager 2016, the Unemployment Challenge, and we are in the month of April and May, finished the season off, and we have one more game to play. But first and foremost, let's see how we got on in the months of April and May. Our first game of April was away from home against Swansea City, and we found ourselves going 1-0 up when Gray found Wilson in the penalty area for his 9th goal this season. However, in the 65th minute of the game, Swansea managed to get an equaliser when Barr was just able to get the ball with no trouble at all for his 12th of the season. But in the 80th minute, we found ourselves going ahead again. Gray found Hassing, he found Fabiani, his shot was saved, but Ramirez followed up on the rebound to get his 9th goal of the season. We were, however, unable to hold on to the lead, because Barr managed to get through again to score his 2nd of the game and to give Swansea City a share of the spoils. A bit disappointing since we were admittedly the better side. Our next game was away from home against Brighton, and we found ourselves going 1-0 down in the 20th minute of the game when Patterson found Barnett, who found the back of the net for his 70th of the season. It was just 9 minutes later we found ourselves going 2-0 down when Rosé scored against us again for his 5th of the season. A lovely move. And it was 3-0 in the 77th minute of the game when Reed found Amote, who found Barnett, who scored his 2nd of the game to ensure that Brighton dismantled us comfortably. Our next game was at home to a struggling Man City side, and they found us going 1-0 up when Corey scored an own goal from that corner. But just 40 minutes later, in the 28th minute of the game, we found ourselves actually equalising. Ramirez found the back of the net after being played through by Hassing for his 10th of the season. However, Man City were able to get all 3 points when Diaz found Sterling in the 92nd minute of the game for his 10th of the season, and to really disrupt our momentum and mood, if we even had any in the first place. Our next game was away from home against a Liverpool side that was struggling for form, and we found ourselves losing the game where Andrew Holt scored in the 30th minute of the match for his 11th of the season. Our next game was the FA Cup semi-final against Arsenal, and we won the game when Shaw scored that penalty in the 101st minute of the match. Gray managed to win it, but apparently he dived, so I'm slightly disappointed with how that happened. But the fact we won the game and got to our first ever cup final, well, that makes me really pleased. Our first match in May was away from home against Tottenham, and we went behind when Cavallero scored in the 20th minute of the match for his 7th of the season. But it was in the 43rd minute of the match we found ourselves equalising. Hassing played that lovely ball forward to Ramos, who was not going to miss a chance like that to get his 11th goal of the season. And in the 47th minute of the game, we managed to win the match when Januzaj scored the penalty that was won for his 3rd goal of the season. The drama was not over when Palencia was given a sending off for second bookable offence off an off-the-ball incident to ensure that we had a very comfortable ending to the match. Not that I really wanted it or needed it, but hey, I'm not going to complain. I'm just happy we managed to get all 3 points against Tottenham. Our next match was in the league against Watford, and Ramos found Januzaj, who scored the only goal of the game in the 61st minute of the match to give us all 3 points, his 4th of the season. Our next league game was at home to Chelsea, and we won the match when Januzaj scored in the 43rd minute with that solo effort against his former club for his 5th of the season. 3 goals in 3 matches for him now. And we managed to beat a Chelsea side that didn't have a single shot on target. Slightly surprising, it must be said. Our last league game of the season was away to Stoke, and we found ourselves going 1-0 up when Lafance's shot was parried straight into the path of Gabriel Ramos, who scored his 12th goal of the season in the 54th minute of the game. We found ourselves going 2-0 up in the 77th minute of the game when Lafance had his shot parried out, and Gabriel Ramos again took advantage despite suffering a bruised thigh. And just 3 minutes later, it was 3-0. Lafance found Ramos, who found Fisher, who found the back of the net for his 2nd goal of the season to ensure we were going to run away 3-0 winners in this match. To ensure that Macclesfield Town were going to finish in the top half of the Premier League for the very first time in the club's history. We only did it by 1 point, and Swansea did make it difficult for us in the end. But 4 consecutive wins really did help us. And that was after suffering 3 straight league defeats as well. So I'm very happy we managed to ensure we got top half of the table this season. However, there's still one more thing to sort out. We have an FA Cup final now against Manchester United, and this is going to be my starting lineup. This is going to be a live game, so really, I'm not sure what to expect. And quite frankly, I don't care either. I'm just looking forward to it. Unfortunately, Ramos is injured. He won't be back until after the match, unfortunately. Fisher is not available due to the fact he played for Aston Villa early in the competition. Bullitt is out of the game as well because he's playing for the France under-20s. Really frustrated with that. And Gray is also out for 5 more days, so the fact he won the penalty, he got injured afterwards, so probably makes up for the fact he died to get that penalty that knocked Arsenal out. So let's see if we can get our first major piece of silverware in the club's history by beating Manchester United in the FA Cup final to stop them winning their 14th FA Cup. Okay, here's Januzaj, Le Francais, Wilson, finds Januzaj, he's found Le Francais, and he's hit the post, and somehow we have not taken a lead there. Says Ramirez, finds Sofiane, David, Le Francais, he's put it, was going to go wide, but De Gea made the save regardless. Here's Hassing now, not the best corner in the world, and he's hit the post. Okay, here we go, corner, Hassing takes it, Caprari doesn't get to it, here's Ramirez going to get the ball now. What can we do with this? There's Tanic. Oh, what was that? Not the best pass in the world. Vopev cleared away, but David's going to get to that first. Strange passing there, but here's Fabiani. Wilson now. Ramirez. Can he cross it in? No, he's in it to David. Hassing, now Ramirez. Penalty has to be! We have a penalty in the FA Cup final. Vopev is going to get a word of warning, or at least get a card for that. Well, not going to lie. I wasn't expected to get a penalty in the FA Cup final again. Or another penalty at Wembley. Charlotte take the penalty and De Gea saves it. No. Fabiani has a go for goal and he's been blocked. Damn it. Hassing going to play the corner in. Caprari doesn't get to it and Memphis gets to that first. What a let-off for Manchester United. So McCrory's going to take the goal kick. Wilson will try to get to that. Does not. Okay. Do not let this go in. Kovac. Dianishi. Vopev. And we've got the ball back. Good. Ramirez. Now Wilson. Can we get them on the counter, please? Valverde Shah. Finds Hassing! We are leading in the FA Cup final! Can we secure our first major piece of silverware? Valverde to Shah. He's trying to find Ramirez. He found him. Valverde! Oh, he's missed it! That should have been 2. We are moments away from getting the FA Cup. Our first ever FA Cup. My first one. I haven't actually done this in years, if anything, ever before. Here's Shaw, and McCrory gets to that. The keeper's got it. It's just seconds to go. 20 seconds left. Doesn't need to give it away, though. That's stupid. We need to get the ball back. Here's Bernardo Silva. And Tanic gets it away. Now Shaw. Just 5 seconds left. We are on the verge of it, and we've done it! We have won the FA Cup for the very first time. I cannot believe I've just done that. The FA Cup is now mine. I've done it. Oh my god, I feel so great right now. Just be able to claim it. I'm not emotional or anything. I thought we messed up when we missed the penalty though. But Hassing comes up with the goods. And look at the possession stats. We had so many more chances than Manchester United. They had just 1 shot on target. We had 8. And had 18 attempts compared to their 5. We were the better team here. Unbelievable. If I wasn't a club legend before now, I most certainly am now. My god, first ever FA Cup trophy. And the fact I've also got the board to increase the youth level, and we're going to do some works on the youth facilities as well, makes this all more glorious. And the fact we have now also qualified for the Europa League also makes this glorious. European football for the very first time. I cannot believe we have just done this. I'm absolutely thrilled by this. I really am. And with that positive note, I'm going to end this video here. I hope that you have enjoyed this video. Hope you like and favourite this video. And that you will subscribe to my channel. It will really help me out a lot. So anyway, until next time, goodbye and well, good night.